Adi, you are muted. Good now.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I think I got a problem with my laptop. Nice. Okay, so can you please let me know about where are you from? Who's your name and what's your role, so I can notice you one by one in the chatting room. Yeah. Wow. 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 A lot. Hi. Hi Indonesia. Hi India. Hyderabad. Wow. There, there's 250 people in here. Wow. So cool. Wow. Okay, nice to meet you all. Okay, so after we know who are you, now it's your turn to know who's your Fasi for this session. So I will introduce myself. My name is Adi Nugroho. You can call me Adi. I'm Indonesian, and also I'm the MCP of IGV ISEC Indonesia. Yay! Hey IGV people! And
Hey.
so cool.
That's really cute. Awesome. Hello, guys. I'm Harshvardhana. I'm the MCVP OGV of ISEC in India. Hello, everyone from India and everywhere across AP. We are both super excited to deliver. We are both like super excited to deliver this session because we are each other's biggest partners, but also like we are very good. Like we are best friends in AP. So it's super amazing to deliver this session for all of you guys right here in APC.
Yay! Yes. Woo! And in here, the objective of the session, there will be like three objectives of the session. The first one is delegates will understand on why they need to have like LC2LC partnership. The second one is delegates are able to create a clear direction on managing LC2LC partnership and have a plan to start within it. And then the last one is delegates are able to drive the big in the uncertain condition like right now. And for the expectation setting, I hope that all of you can be proactive on the chat room, or if you want to share something, you can directly unmute your microphone, and then I hope that it will be effective and efficient for all of us. And then please remember that sharing is caring, so don't be hesitant to share everything that you know, so you can share your knowledge to each other, and it will be very useful for other people. Okay. Next, I want to hear, in your opinion, why we need to have LC2LC partnership. Why LC2LC partnership? It's really important.
You can type it down, guys, on the chat box. So let's go. To set a clear goal, okay, we have first answer from India. Ensure smooth procedure, okay, more. To meet demand and supply. Better accountability, good process time, deliver exchanges, ensure EPs have a great experience, delivery of standards, communication, process time. Okay, lot of answers.
Wow, cool. It seems that you already know the importance of doing LC2LC partnership, isn't it? Quality value delivery. Nice, nice, nice. Come on, everyone. Let's go. Is there anyone that want to share by unmuting their microphone?
Okay, so hello guys. I'm from CMB Vietnam. So I think
Hi, Daniel.
Hello, Vietnam.
we have a LT2LC partnership because I think we not only deliver exchange for one side, but it's good if we have to deliver the side to reduce process time and anything else.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. One more person to share.
I'll go.
Okay, go Saral.
Yeah. Hi, this is Saral from ISEC in
Wow.
Chennai, India. So I think LC2s are are very important because apart from MCs to MC partnerships, only LCs can actually work together. So if two LCs are working together, they're both very accountable to each other and they can both meet their goals with each other and while creating a big global network.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Nice. Thank you, Sarah. Wow, your MCP must be very proud of you. Okay, let's next to the next question. What's the goal that you want to achieve by having LC to LC partnership? What can, okay,
Let's go, people.
16 standards. Okay, what else?
Of course, very
Hmm.
important. Very good, Vietnam.
Wow, number of exchange, process
Increase the
time.
process time.
Hmm.
Okay. Completes
Wow,
quality experiences, S&D alignment. Ooh, nice one. Realizations, reduce process time and higher conversion rates.
wow, friendship.
Goal becoming more realistic. Sustainability.
Ah,
Pretty cool.
cool, cool.
Friendship. Yes,
Yeah.
just like me and Adi.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You already knows the goal that you want to achieve by having LC to LC partnership. But in here, actually, we let you know with the exact things that was it like the important of having LC to LC partnership.
Yep. So let's go. So when you are having an LC to LC partnership, as you guys said, first and very important thing will be better experiences. Because when you have a partner, you would have a correct expectation setting as to what kind of experiences you want to deliver. So you will for sure be having better experiences because these people know your EPs, they will know you, they will know your LC, and they will for sure ensure that they are delivering the 16 standards to your EPs. Right. Next thing, priority in applications. Now, this is very, very important because when you do an LC to LC partnership, has to be achieved. You will also be having a certain goal in terms of applications. So your IR partner will for sure be prioritizing, if you're OGV, your IGV IR partner will for sure be prioritizing your applications because you have that kind of a goal which both of you want to achieve. So that is why you will for sure be getting a priority in terms of applications. Third, guaranteed exchange. As I said, the quality of exchange is very good, and also at the same time, you are going to achieve that kind of an approval and realization numbers that you actually have set out for. Because it is a proper LC to LC partnership, both of you guys will for sure be, always working towards achieving that goal. And that is why the exchange number that you're planning on will be guaranteed because both the entities are actually working to achieve that one number that you set out as your target. And the fourth thing is a long-term strategic alignment, which basically means that you always have to plan IR and not just like for your year, but also for your successive years. So it should not be that any IR partnership is only sustained for 1 year. It should actually, like, if you are starting a new IR partnership in your year, that should be the foundational year. And then from the next 2 or 3 years, it should become a strong partnership. That is what should be the aim for every LC to LC partnership. That so that in 2 or 3 years, that LC to LC partnership actually becomes a very strong one. And you always know that there is one LC that you can for sure rely on for your numbers whenever you want. So that is why every IR partnership that you aim for should have like a long-term plan, and it should not be like just a 1 year or one peak kind of a partnership. Yeah.
Hmm. That's great. So let's go to the what the things that you can get from the LC to LC partnership. So actually, you already answered my question, but here's the five important things that you can get by having an LC to LC partnership. The first one is timeline alignment. When you're talking about timeline alignment, it's also was it like have a correlation with the SND with the SND alignment. It means that you can work together by understanding each other timeline. Let's say in the OGX side, the pick of approval will be happens on May, but from the IGV, you think that the pick of approval will be happen on April. So by having this kind of diversification, you will understand that when the most effective time for both of you to have like the pick of approval, and then by having that things, you will can improve and also maximizing the timeline that you have. And then the second one is fasten the process time, of course, because like if you can create a really good LC to LC communication, it means that there will be no bottleneck that you can have by proceeding the EP. Let's say from the OGV, they have like EP that apply in your opportunities, and then from the IGV, because like the IGV have a really strong partnership and good communication with the OGV, there will be was it like no problems to proceed the EP, and the EP will was it like totally feel secure with the opportunity that they're applying for, and then the process time will be really good and it will be effective and efficient. And then the third one is a better conversion rate. Yeah, like what I said before, faster process time will be have a correlation with the conversion rate, isn't it? So let's say if you have a partnership and you find that there is a one EP or some EPs that very feel insecure to go to one country that your partner is that you having a partner with. So by this kind of thing, you can ensure that the experience of the EP will be great because you really knows the opportunity and the IGV side. You get the point, right? So there will be no security or insecurity of your there will be no insecurities of your EP to applying in your partner's opportunity, and then you can ensure that the project that will the EP applying for is totally it's totally good. And then the fourth one is increasing LC to LC absolute growth and percentage growth. Of course, who's not want to have a growth, isn't it? So by having LC to LC partnership, you can really understand about the supply and demand, how you need to have like was it like the most effective time when you need to have the realization, when you need to start the attraction and so on. So both of you can achieve the your target together. And then let's say again, if you are really having a strong LC to LC partnership, so there's no was it like there will be a huge possibilities for the OGX to support the ICX and both of them. So was it like all the LCs that working with the LC to LC partnership can growing together. And then the last one is to ensure 100% exchange standard delivery. Of course, this is the thing that we are looking for, isn't it? So by having LC to LC partnership, the ICX will explain you what's the thing that they will deliver, because ICX was it like having like 12 responsibilities they need to fulfill. And by having a great ICX partner, it means that you can was it like secure the EP's experience, isn't it? Because like you really knows how how the ICX will working on to delivering the 12 action standard that become their responsibility. And it also works with the ICX. They will really understand on how the OGX will deliver action standard. So if they want EP that coming to the their entity for the realization, the expectation of the EP or even like the knowledge of the EP will be was in a good situation. There will be no EPs that having different expectation that can causing a lot of problem for the ICX or even like for the OGX. And then was it like when they are also going back to the country, the ICX can secure that this EP will be converted into completed. Next. Okay, so actually, partnership is not always about number. It's about creating experience together. Like what you guys said before, because I read that one of you said that partnership, the goals that you want to achieve in a partnership is also friendship. By having a good friendship, it means that you can work together to, was it like ensure that your EP will having a great experience, because the great experience that they will get during the realization, it will lead them to get a great leadership development, isn't it? So in here, my beloved friend, which is HV, will share you one of the was it like the legend of the partnership between between LC to LC. So HV, you can go.
Oh, yes. So this is one like GCP that we have in terms of LC2LC partnership, which is Isaac in Ahmedabad from India and Isaac in Bandung from Indonesia. So this partnership is something which started back in like the winter of 2016, and since then the entire like that is when the partnership was formed and the first time exchanges started happening. In 2017, this partnership was actually like upscaled, and we started prioritizing Bandung. I mean, OGV of Ahmedabad started prioritizing Bandung and started sending a lot of applications over over there. Again, in 2018, when I was the LCVP, we again focused a lot on Bandung and started actually, diverting a lot of applications, and we had like maximum of our approvals going to Bandung. And then at the same time, it is something which is like given in transitions. This partnership is something which is given in transitions of every LCVP, that okay, you have to for sure focus on this partnership because it is very important. And I'm sure that it's the same with Bandung as well. So that is like one of the examples of how great partnerships work and how the entire IR upscaling has happened for these two LCs. And this partnership is such that we had special slots being actually kept for Ahmedabad from Bandung side. So for example, for OGB of Ahmedabad, Bandung always had certain slots which are only like reserved for Ahmedabad in their projects, because they wanted to prioritize Ahmedabad because it was such a strong partnership. And at the end of partnerships, there were of course like things being exchanged between LCVPs, between TLs. We used to always like exchange so many LC t-shirts and all of that. And that is how it was like being formed, not just in terms of like achieving numbers, but we formed a culture of always prioritizing Bandung in our LC, which was Ahmedabad. So that is how an LC to LC partnership can actually work, because it's not just about like you achieving the numbers, but at the same time developing that kind of a culture where you actually prioritize the other LC, where you actually go forward and talk to these LCVPs, you form a partnership, you form friendships, and at the same time you do exchanges. And whenever we as Ahmedabad sent our EPs to Bandung, they always had good experiences because of this personal bond that we had with the entire LC. And even when their EPs came to Ahmedabad, they also had it super fun. And this is how we actually ensured that the entire partnership was being successful. And even in terms of numbers, every year we have been growing with Bandung because of the same thing, that we prioritize that partnership over any other LC. So whenever you guys are planning to form any LC to LC partnership, think of it in this way as to how exactly can you have certain partnerships which work on for various years. For example, like you build up a growth plan in understanding how that LC can actually be upscaled in terms of partnerships. So if you want to know more, you can talk to the LCVPs of these two LCs. You know where to go to find GCPs. But yeah, that was one experience that we wanted to share over here to give you an example of what a good LC to LC partnership can actually look like.
Yeah, that's cool. And then adding some point to HV's statement, this partnership is very, very long lasting, because even like when me and HV become the MCVP from Indonesia, for Indonesia and India, this partnership from 2LC is really crazy. They really know how to maintain the quality, the quantity, and so on. So was it like there are a lot of people from Bandung and Ahmedabad that knows each other and taking role in their own entity, because they feel the connection between LC to LC. And then next, how to maintain LC to LC IR partnership. I think that it will be like your biggest burning question, isn't it? But don't be afraid, because again, my best friend HV will telling you about the things that you can do to maintain LC to LC partnership. So maybe you can be the next Ahmedabad and Bandung.
Ooh, that's a level now. Nice. Cool. So when you talk about IR processes, there are mainly three levels in any IR process, right? The first one being the building part, where you analyze and where you define the partners. So when it comes to analyzing, there are things like, understand who are the main contributors for realization. You analyze whether that LC is actually doing exchanges with your country or not. And then you analyze how much is the possibility of them becoming a main contributor for your realizations. And then you define the partner, like for example, which entity and LC, what is the purpose of the partnership? It is just that you want one-way partnership, or you want a two-way partnership in terms of products, or you want an all products partnership, whatever is the purpose. And then of course you establish some sort of a partnership goal as well, like how much do you want that LC to contribute to your numbers. Then when it comes to the second stage, that is the delivery part, where that is first of all where the partnership development happens, right? You understand each other's persona. So for example, you understand what kind of EPs can that OGV entity give you, and the OGV entity understands what kind of projects the IGV entity actually has. You understand and align the timeline as well, so that you both know that where you have to work on and how you can actually ensure that your timeline is aligned. You also come up with more of like realization goals as to how much are you actually planning to do in that particular year. You come up with an approval process to understand, okay, what exactly are we going to do, and what kind of conversion ratios do we need to have, what kind of process time do we need to have. So the entire customer flow is something that you define over here to understand what kind of goals do you want for each phase of the customer flow. Then comes the experience delivery, wherein you understand, okay, what kind of expectations do you have in terms of experience delivery? What kind of experiences your EPs look for? How can they provide that and all of that? And then there is sustainability in terms of like understanding if there can be like pricing strategies, if they counter something which the entity can offer, or like for example, in terms of promotions, how can we have certain financial things which can be checked upon to understand whether we can promote the entity or not. And then in terms of promotional materials, there are things, for example, physical marketing. So whenever you want to promote any country, there would of course be like a lot of marketing will be involved. So when it comes to promotional materials being developed, you can of course, if you analyze the entire LC2LC partnership, you can of course have certain specific materials being created for your own LC or for your own market. Because let's say the LC has certain generic material which is applicable to your entire country, but maybe in your market you want to address something very specific which can actually become like an attraction point for the entity, right? So then you can ask your IR partner to create promotional materials in a way that they actually attract or that specific persona in your market. So that can be done. That can also be like a frequency. For example, you can also, let's say in terms of physical marketing, organize like a session wherein you actually have a call with that LCVP during that promotional session, so that when people see you, they feel like, okay, they are actually making me talk to this person sitting in Indonesia or sitting in Vietnam. So this is something which, these are the strategies which you can use. And when you're actually doing the call, they can express all the things that they want to about the project, and they can explain things, and maybe that is going to be like a bigger promotional factor for you. Similarly, in terms of digital marketing also, you analyze what kind of content you want to drive down, what will be the frequency of that content being driven down, because a lot of entities do promotions in different ways. So for example, there are certain entities that promote only one specific opportunity for one period, and then they promote a different opportunity. And then there are some entities that promote all the opportunities at the same time, and then the EP gets to make a choice which opportunity they actually want to apply for. So when you are delivering when you're having these kind of calls with your IR partners, you have to decide what kind of content you want to drive down, what kind of frequency you want, and how are you both IGV, OGV, or like ICX and OGX are going to have alignment in terms of what content you want to drive down. A lot of times here, again, one thing happens that maybe the OGX part thinks that they can handle the entire promotional part, and they do not sometimes take a lot of help from the ICX part. But I think that is where we can for sure improve, because when ICX, they of course they have a lot of partners in different countries, so they have a lot of different types of promotional strategies that they know about. So they can always help you in understanding what kind of promotional strategies you can have to promote them better. So these are the kind of conversations that you can actually take up when you are having these calls with your potential IR partner, because these are the things which can actually boost your partnership in a very good way. And then there is of course the entire tracking mechanism, which is very, very important, because without tracking, I'm telling you, you will be lost. So you need to of course track everything to understand that, okay, what kind of conversion ratios you are going to track, what has to be the processing time, how are you exactly going to keep each other accountable. The conversion ratios which are very important for any IR partnership is the apply to accepted, accepted to approved, approved to realize, finished to complete. All of these things are very, very important. So you have to understand how are you going to exactly track them, and see how often are you going to have these tracking mechanisms. And then of course the communication channel, to understand what is comfortable for all of you, and what can be like a major communication channel. For example, when I was in LCVP and we were doing exchanges with MOCs, we knew that they were more comfortable with WeChat. So we
Sorry, you couldn't
chose
get up yet.
WeChat as a mode of communication. But then when we were communicating with any other entity, for example, with Indonesia, then we were communicating what kind of communication, right? What, not just U2LC, which has like, which is the end partner.
Oh, okay. So I think actually having a problem with the connection. Maybe I can help
Okay,
you. Okay, she's going back. Okay. Okay, HV, can you repeat more about the partnership between India and MOC?
Yes. Am I audible correctly? But now I'm just confirming that.
Yeah, it's clear right now.
Okay, cool. So when I was talking about MOC, I was coming to the part which was about communication channels. So I said that when I was working as an LCVP, when I was working with LCs in MOC, I understood that for them, the communication channel which is more comfortable is WeChat. That is why we switched to WeChat for them. But then when it came to any other entity, for example, let's say Indonesia or Vietnam, they were comfortable with WhatsApp. So we stick personalized based on what is more comfortable between entities. That is very, very important because if both of them are comfortable on that communication channel, your process time is, of course, going to decrease. At the same time, you are going to talk a lot about your partnership. So that is a good thing that you should follow. Then coming to the last part, which is enrich, which is partnership enhancement. So you are, of course, you're going to have reviews, right? To understand where exactly is your partnership heading. Are you nearing your goal? What exactly are the bottlenecks? What are the strengths? All of that, it needs to be identified and worked upon, which can happen through a review. So it is not necessary that you need to have a weekly review. It depends on you and your partner, what kind of routine you want to have. It can be somewhere around, let's say, twice in a month or something. It depends on you guys totally, but you need to have a reviewing mechanism so that you know that this is when you are going to review all the processes and you are going to work on certain things. So this kind of a routine is very, very important. The second thing is partnership channel. So like, for as I already mentioned, you need to understand what kind of channels are you actually going to follow up, to understand how are you working on the entire partnership. So it can be like your common trackers, it can be your common WhatsApp groups or any other communication channel. It can be other tracking mechanisms which you are using to actually work on the partnership. And then future investment, investment can be in the form of, let's say, you want to send seeders, or you want to, like, even do some sort of like hackathons or something. All that actually falls under investment. So future investments are basically things which are going to help you sustain the partnership for the next year or the next peak itself. So you can identify during this entire process as to what kind of future investments do you need to have in order to make your partnership like really, really successful, or in order to like sustain your partnership or upscale your partnership. So you can identify these things while you are going through this entire procedure with your IR
Mhm,
partners. Cool. Can we
mhm.
move to the next slide?
Yeah. I would like to. I just want to emphasizing more because like if you really was it like pay attention on what HV deliver in this part, you will find that about the partnership, it's not only one people or one side that should put extra effort. It should be like two part, like from the OGX, ICX, or even like the B2C. They need to put the same effort to work together because the LC2LC partnership will not have a good was it like partnership if it's only like the ICX part or the OGX part or even like to the B2C part that creating the campaign itself. So it should be like all of the people that involved in this partnership that need to really pay attention on every single support that they can give to each other. Okay, and going to the next, it's more into like because in the normal situation, April and May will be the peak of was it like the peak of approval. And in here, H3 will telling you what's something good from India that can be implemented to every entity because like they're really good at emphasizing or like maximizing the peak situation.
Cool. So when it comes to peak times, when in India, we used to focus on how can we capitalize on partnerships in like single sprints. So for example, we have certain things like approval manias, of course, going on. But even on the national side, we have that. But even local LCs do that. So sometimes LC simultaneous going on. Okay, can you hear me now? Is everything clear? Okay, tell me if it's clear. Okay, okay, got it. Sorry, guys. Cool. So I'll repeat again. So So when it comes to these kind of peak times when we have to work with our IR partners, there are two things which actually happen. First, in terms of approval manias, there are things like, LCs have their own approval manias with their own IR partners. So that is like not coordinated by the MC at all. The LCs themselves take it up. And second is approval manias, which are handled by the MC. So for example, nationally, we have certain days wherein we focus on one entity. Let's say we do it country to country. So let's say there is one particular day or one particular week when we focus, let's say, just on Indonesia. And then that is when our entire focus is towards Indonesia. We actually like do attraction for them, we do consideration with them, and we totally divert all of our applicants to Indonesia. These are the kind of things which in boosting also various attraction activities that go on. For example, on the national side, when we do digital attraction, we put out a lot of content specific to like projects or specific to SDGs or specific to countries, which actually attracts our customers to these kind of projects. And then when the LCs actually have to call them, they just have to talk about these particular projects and not like pitch the entire product to them. They just talk about the project and the person has already other, for example, action spaces at a particular attraction event, and then the LCVP over there talks about the project and everything. So the attractive factor over here is that the people in that particular event are actually getting to talk to these people. Like for example, when I'm sitting in India, because of this attraction event, I'm getting to talk to someone in Indonesia right there. So that becomes like a major attractive factor for a lot of people. So similarly, a lot of these things can actually help you guys when you're trying to deliver things during a peak time. And on the IR front, you have to ensure that you fix like some goals with regards to your process time, because that is what is something you cannot like compromise on at all. So when you're having peak times, you can always tell them that this is the time when I'm going to focus on your projects completely. So we need to have some kind of a proper process time wherein, like, let's say 2 days, all the results are being sent to the applicants. So let's say I apply today, I get my interview done today itself, and within next 24 or 48 hours, I get my response. So that is what are the kind of process time goals that you guys need to set, because that is when your entire procedure becomes very quick. You are able to focus on a lot of applicants being actually getting accepted, and then at the same time, you're able to process them very quickly. So during peak times, just ensure that whenever you guys are delivering things with your IR, both the IRs need to have a proper communication channel. You are tracking things on a daily basis, and at the same time you have correct goals for each and every phase of the customer flow for that particular period. And follow-ups is something which is very, very important, so do not forget on your follow-ups as well with regards to like your applications or the number of accepted and everything. You need to ensure that you are having proper follow-ups with your IR partner so that you do not miss out on the peak time at all. Is everyone clear with that? Clear? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Cool. Adi, you can take.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. So I hope that from the OGX you can try to really understand how to preparing your pick, and at the same moment the ICX, I hope that you can get a lot of information from the ICX on what the things that they would like to do with the pick itself. So as the ICX, you need to prepare everything to make the process time and the conversion rate become really good. And then after that, as we know that currently we are facing, was it like a challenge that called like COVID-19 pandemic. And maybe some of you will start to questioning, okay, I already know what's the thing that I need to do, but that seems can be done if I'm in a normal situation. But what about right now? We have this COVID-19 that or was it like make us living in the uncertainty. So here's the thing that maybe we can share to you about what the thing that you can do to keep having LC to LC partnership in the pandemic situation. So because in this kind of situation, everything is changed, isn't it? Like from the OGX, the attraction system is changed, or even like some of you still cannot do attraction and so on. But at the same moment that most of the ICX, they are already having open that makes you having was a previous approval that already set from previous term or even like in the beginning of your term, but currently they are stuck in the approval. And then maybe like most of them cannot go for this summer because was it like the situation in the ICX country, it's still uncertain and so on. So in here you will need something to adjust with your system. You cannot work as usual for sure, because if you work as usual, there will be like harming your brand as an organization, or even like risking the was it like the condition of your EP itself. So that's why in this change of situation, you need to adjust your system. And how to adjust your system is by having like a change management. There will be a lot of theory that you can do with the change management itself. But in here, I already choose, me and HV already choose one change management theory that really easy for you to implement in the LC level. So the change management itself, it's called ATKAR. ATKAR consists of the 5 things that you need to do step by step to really establish the change in your operations. The first A stands for awareness. Awareness means that you need to really understand your situation in your country or in your place. So you really knows what kind of change that you want to have by this kind of situation. And then desire is more into like the support. What kind of support that you can give to the ICX? So the LC2LC partnership still going on. And for the ICX, what's the thing that you can do for the OGX to keep maintaining your EP? So as you understand in the first place that LC2LC partnership, it can be done by both of the sides. It's not only like the ICX or GX or even like the B2C itself. So every people in here that you need to work together. And then for the knowledge, it's more into like the it represents the information or the knowledge or education that you needed to establish the was it like the change itself. In the awareness, okay, you already knows what kind of change that you want to have in the operation. And then after that, you know the support that you need to get from your partner, and also the support that you will give to your partner to facing this kind of situation together. And then in the knowledge, or maybe as the LCVP, you still like don't really understand on how to work with the LC to LC partnership, or what to still was it like stable in this kind of situation, or even like okay, the things that I want to change is more into like the attention period. And then you already knows what kind of support as B2C and OGV that you will give to the IGV, and then the IGV will also support you. And then in here, maybe you still clueless about the attraction, how to do attraction in this kind of situation. So you might ask to your MCVP or another LC on what kind of things that you can do to still maintaining the attraction. And then after that, about the ability. Ability is more into like how you can turn this knowledge that you already get into something that more concrete, such as like an action. Okay, maybe after you asking your your MCVP giving you direction. Okay, by this kind of situation, maybe we can do this as the attraction activity that can help us to not really harming our brand. And then after you know the theory, after you know the knowledge, let's turn it into like an action step. What's the thing that you need to do with your partner, or even like you need to also downscale this kind of knowledge to your member, so your member or team leader can help you to execute the strategy that you already have. And then in the reinforcement, it's more into like a tracking system that you need to do. Like what I said before, in this LC to LC, you need to really track everything, so both of you will not lose. So yeah, after you have like was it the concrete strategy, you already deliver it to your partner, and then you also then scale it into your member. So let's work with your partner to understand on why or how you can was it like track the output that you will get from the change itself. Do you get my point?
Yes.
Okay, so basically this kind of was it like change management is something that you need to do like step by step, starting with the things that you want to get from this kind of situation, what you want to change from this situation, and then you need to to get the support. Until you get the support, you need to have like more knowledge to help you to really establish the change itself. Until you get the minimum knowledge, you need to turn it into something that more concrete that you can do together with your partner, or like the ICX or the OGX itself. And then the last one is the reinforcement, which is like the tracking system to really ensure that the change that you want to establish is really happen in your operations. Okay. And then in here, hey, please let me know if you was it like feel if I really fast. Okay, so in here I have the was it like the case study, but I think I have a problem with my PPT. Just a minute. Uh, okay, wait. Okay, okay. So here's the thing. Maybe like you're questioning about what is it like? Okay, so that's the theory, and how can I implement this kind of things to my LC2LC partnership or even like the IR process? Like what I said before, in really understand on what the change that you want to have. Okay, and then in the desire, let's find the possibilities on what's the thing that you can do to work effectively. And then let's gain a support from your partner to help you to really establish this kind of change. And then in the knowledge, you can ask someone that more expert or already having a GCP on was it like facing this kind of situation. And after you really knows and you get the minimum knowledge that you are needed, and then let's move to the where is it like the ability, which is like creating the CTA and create the timeline of changing of the change implementation. And then in the reinforcement, it's more into like set the several routines and tracking system to ensure the implementation of the change itself. And to get these kind of things better, so in here I will challenge you with a case study, which is I will read the case study, and after that I will give you like a 10 minutes to thinking what's thing that you need to do based on the change management that I already delivered to you. Okay, so the case study is there is a OGV LCA and IGV LCB that working together and having a sustainable LC to LC partnership. One day, COVID-19 outbreak happened in their country. The government in LCA is implementing local lockdown, where there will be no one that can go outside or inside the city, and people are prohibited to go outside the house. So it means that this LC cannot do like any attraction or physical engagement to the EP. And in the other hand, the government in LCB is they want to implement social distancing and limited the citizen to make a crowd. This condition makes these two LCs need to postpone the realization in the upcoming week. Yet they also have 20 approval together already. And then what do you need to do with this kind of situation to ensure the EP's experience it's still on there? So I challenge you, you have like 10 minutes to think on what's the concrete thing that you need to do like step by step. And then I would like to ask you to share this thing, okay? Do you got my point?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Let's start right now. And maybe I will like playing my music so you can have a better experience to thinking about this kind of case study, because I believe that it is something that you facing right now.
Adi, can you go back to the slides? Some people want the slides to be there.
Okay. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Okay, is there anyone that want to try to create the change management? Hello, people.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you mention your name and your LC and TT so we can know you better? Hi, is it Amy? Hi, hi.
Hello.
Oh, okay. So
Go,
yeah, you can
baby.
go.
Yeah, this is Yashodhan from Isaac and Chennai LCP OGP.
Wow.
Hello, Yasho.
Oh yeah, sure.
But yeah, so what I come up with kind of situation right now is ensuring that the EP is in loop with whatever is going on with the initial start of how the partnership will go on. Other than that, the LCA will also be informed by the LCB of the current situation there and how it has been in the past in the current exact data statistics of this current situation. Okay, and yeah, so yeah, other than that, the one more thing that we would also is the kind of materials that the LCP would also share for the EP, because the EP will be mostly will be realized in the winter peak into the summer because of the current situation. All right, and so that the understanding how the the project date flexibility is with the LCP for the LCA as well because of the current situation, so that EP can easily be realized during the winter. That was one main thing.
Hmm. Wow, cool. Okay, is it all?
Hi, I'm Simran from ICAN.
Okay, go.
So the number one thing that could be done is at home LC informing to the EP and making him know exactly about the situation and informing that we'll be helping in every possible way and making sure that either the project can be shifted in winter or to the next summer. And what host LC can do is to be in a friendly contact with EP because value delivery starts from the very first call, and by doing this we can ensure that the EP have a good experience from the very start.
I'm sorry, dear. Can you fix your audio so we can hear you better?
Oh, okay, wait.
Yeah, is it better?
Okay, so I mentioned that what we can do is that as the value delivery starts from the very first call, and by doing all this, like by the host LC informing that we'll be helping you in every possible way, and by the host to be in a friendly contact with the EP, we can ensure that EPs have a good experience from the very start.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Can you fix your audio so we can hear you better? And maybe like you can speak slower. Yeah, maybe like you can put the microphone near your lips so we can hear you better. Mm. Okay. Yeah, you can also type so everyone can hear can read your opinion. Okay. Thank you very much for everyone that already share with this case study. So in here, I would like to share you about step by step to to implement the change management by having this kind of things. So the first one with the awareness. Both of to I'll share the regulation of the local government first because it's very important to know what's the thing that your government have with your city or with your region, because if you are forcing your operation against the government regulation, it will giving you a lot of risks, and you cannot maintain the risks. And then after that, find the possibilities on what's the thing or what's the realization pick that you can do. Maybe if you can not doing realization right now, maybe in the next realization you can do, but you need to have but you need to postpone the realization, isn't it? And it costs the longer preparation for your EP. So So that's why maybe like the change management that you can do in here on is on how to maintain the EP that having like longer preparation period. And then the second one is about the desire. The desire itself, the things that you need to do in here is was it like together all the information that are very important for you as the OGX or ICS and with your partner. And then after that, maybe like you can was like have a better understanding of each other condition, and after that each party can was it like sharing to your partner about the support that you can provide to them. And then each LC need to support each other to keep the EP stay in the funnel and ensure that EP keep feeling safe and less secure, because they will was like they have a possibilities to have a longer preparation period, and somehow it can give like the uncertainty to the EP itself. And then in the knowledge, in here maybe like you will facing the was like bottleneck on the knowledge on how to maintain the EP that having very long preparation period, isn't it? So that's why it's better for you to contact your MCVP to give the education on for you on how to maintain it. Maybe like some MCVP will suggest you to have the alignment with the EP nurturing system, or even like creating a new system for the EP lead nurture to make sure that the EP will keep being approved, and then they don't lose their was it insecure they don't lose their security or trustworthy to you as the organization that will help them with the exchange program. And then after that, in the ability, after you already knows, okay, so yeah, let's have the what is it like let's align our EP nurturing system. The OGV will have like lead nurture, and the IGV or the ICX will have with their virtual nurturing system for the EP. So both of the parties can was it like make the EP stay on the funnel. And then yeah, the B2C, maybe you can create like what kind of virtual activity that you can give to the EP, so the EP can stay longer in the funnel itself. And then after that, because you already knows the theory, you already knows the was it like the things that you need to understand before having this kind of things. So you need to don't scale it into your member. So it's not only you that only knows how to maintain the EP, but your member is also knows how to maintain the EP in a longer period of preparation itself. And then both of two sides need to exchange the information of on how they nurture the EP. So from the IXX and OGX will really understand each other in terms of nurturing the experience of the EP during the preparation period. And then in the reinforcement, it's more into like a setting of routines. Okay, maybe like because previously before the outbreak happens, you only have like monthly call with the weekly report on the WhatsApp group or in the Telegram group. But maybe with this kind of uncertainty, maybe you can set the meeting into fortnightly or twice in a 2 weeks. And then after that, you need to set the touch point with your partner, and then also the tracking system in a daily basic to make you really understand on how's the condition of the EP, so we can really ensure that the EP still have trustworthy to you as the one that will help them with the exchange program. But at the same moment, you can still have a development, because I believe that maybe some of you still questioning, okay, if we cannot do operational like right now, so how we can develop ourselves. So this is the thing that you can get. I would say this kind of thing will be more challenging comparing to the normal situation. So that's why you don't need to be worried about the development itself, because by delivering this kind of thing to your EP, so the EP can have can stay for a longer preparation period, it will really understand each other in terms of development. And then in here, I will you can access the link after this session, because we have a limited time for this session. You can go to the link. In this link, you will find that there will be worksheet that me and HV already provide to you. You can use that worksheet to help you on defining change management that you want to establish with your operation. Okay, so you don't forget to copying in the your drive, your personal drive. And then last but not least, the things that I would like to share to you, it's never be easy for everyone to manage the IR partnership. With or without coronavirus, sorry. Okay. Yeah. With or without the virus, it will be it never be easy to manage the area partnership, isn't it? Because or is it like from the ICS and OGX, they come from the different country, different was it like culture, different set of mind, and those kind of thing. But you need to work together as the one that will deliver a great life-changing experience to the EP. So I think this coronavirus thingy will never stop us to still doing LC2LC partnership, because I believe that currently you still have approval that you need to manage, and you need to ensure that once this thing really done, the EP can have a great experience with the realization. To your EP, and as we said before, basically before the MC us to delivering LC2LC partnership, because LC2LC partnership is more than everything. Please always remember that we are the most or the biggest youth leadership movement in the world. We are not only doing exchange, but we are in here to develop ourselves. And one of the things that can help us to develop ourselves is by providing LC2LC partnership. So whenever that comes to us, we can work together and facing the chance together. Okay. So I hope that the thing that I can deliver to you and Ashvi can deliver to you. Maybe if Ashvi, do you have something that you want to add?
No, I just wanted to add the importance that you just mentioned about how we are all leaders, and it is not, ISEC is not about numbers. ISEC is about developing leadership. So even if we do not do numbers, we have to ensure that we are still becoming leaders that we actually aim for, no matter how we do that, no matter for whom we do that, but we have to start leading by example, because that is what the essence of leadership is. So even if the organization right now, let's say, does not do any exchanges, the important factor is that the organization still develops leadership, and that should be the focus for everyone. So let's not forget our essence, and let's just start developing leadership in every way that we can.
Yeah, that's true. So thank you very much, everyone. Don't forget to fill the feedback form after this, and also please share your learnings in a session output question on the Facebook group, and also please tag RO Asia Pacific on Instagram when you learn a lot of things from this session. Okay, as what I
Thank
said before,
you.
me and HP is more than just a partnership. We are really with a friendship. And believe me that we share a lot of things together. So was it like I will say actually helped me a lot to was it like maintain with mental health, and also all of the problem that I have as the MCVP. So
Oh,
thank you very
Adi,
much.
so
can
sweet,
I
Adi.
have a
So
question?
sweet.
Oh, yeah, Abdullah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask that since you already since you mentioned about a partnership of Ahmedabad with Dudden, so there are some LCs which have some diversity criteria in some projects. So as you told that they had like a lot of exchanges together. So how can we have like partnership of with some extra number because exceeding that diversity criteria?
Okay, can I answer, Adi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Cool. So when it comes to such kind of partnerships, even if there is a diversity criteria, you can always talk about, like, for example, let's say if they are planning to take, in my case, let's say if they're planning to take around 8 Indians in that project, then if you have a very good partnership and if you want to establish a good partnership, you can tell them that, okay, out of 8, you can at least take like 4 from my LC, or let's say 3 from my LC. So that kind of a number you can have. So that is the kind of conversation that you need to have to understand, okay, what is the diversity criteria that they are planning, and how can you fill like at least half of whatever is the diversity number for your country, because that is when the actual establishment of IR starts, right? So you can have these kind of conversations.
Okay, so that's it, Abdul. I hope that it HV help you with your question. Because like
Yes.
we have a limited time, so maybe like you can approach me or HV personally. You can was it like find my was it like Telegram in the group. So just don't be hesitant to contact me, and also don't forget to fill the feedback form. Okay.
Thank you so much. It
Thank
was very
you so
helping.
much,
Thank you. Bye, guys.
everyone.
Guys, bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
You're the
Thank you,
best.
Thank you
Fasi.
so
Thank
much.
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
You.
Bye
Bye.
Thank
bye.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thanks, Kak Adi.
Makasih banyak.
Bye bye. Thank you, peeps.
Be safe.
Take care of yourself in the COVID
Thank you to
situation,
both of
guys.
you. It
Bye
was amazing.
bye.
Yes, guys.
Stay
Thank you.
safe.
Thank you.
Bye bye.